This is Luetin. Hello everyone, it's been a little while, hasn't it? So, this is my first video since my 24-hour event, and you might be wondering why it's been such a long time. And the answer simply is that I've just been basically relaxing this week. I've just been taking it easy, been doing some things that I enjoy, and just generally having some time, which has been really nice. So there's several things that we need to look at and think about basically after this. There's loads of questions I need to answer. One of the first ones, obviously, the most important one people want to know is how long did I last for in this? Well, I actually played for 16 hours. That was the amount of time I managed to function for. And you might think, oh, that's a bit disappointing. But please keep in mind the fact that I'd actually spent the whole day working before I even started this event. So in total, I was actually awake for 30 hours. So it was quite a long period of time. It was my own fault. I should really have started on a day where I wasn't doing anything, and I could have started in the morning and gone through to the next day. So if I did do it again, I would do that. It's more likely, I think, that I will do an evening sometime or something like that, some smaller scale thing. How did it go? Yeah, generally I thought it went really well. From most of the comments that I got from people were really positive. There were so many people, as I thought, that my server was just rammed, and there was just there was too many people trying to get on. There was loads of people saying to me, "Oh yeah, I was trying to be smart and take down this jet. Look, it's not happening, is it?" This is just a random gameplay, by the way. I just picked out a round which I did well in, obviously, because I didn't want to just put a failing round in for the start one. But don't worry, I've got loads of footage, so I'll happily put up loads of rounds that went moderately well and didn't go so well. But this one went okay. The teams are balanced up, and it's Wake Island, Conquest Assault. The game modes I chose, I was really pleased with. I thought it went really well. Yeah, overall good. So yeah, anyway. There was a few things to look at about how the game went. There was loads of people saying, we can't get on, and there's people saying, make space. The problem for me is that I have to kind of be fair to people that have got on the server. If I just start kicking people when they played only like one round, they're not going to be too happy about that. But obviously people trying to get in aren't happy that they can't get in. It's a real sort of catch-22 for me, damned if I do, damned if I don't. So I was trying to make the best, and what I was trying to do was, at the end of each round, I was trying to look at players who were not playing the objective, who were not really contributing anything to the team. If you've got someone who's going like 0 and 8 or something, I was going, okay, don't want to be harsh, but there's people who want to get on, and this person is not contributing anything to the team at all. Likewise, I had some people sometimes who are doing typical sniper games or camping super hard and things like that, and they weren't moving forward at all. So anything like that, people that were low down and were not contributing anything, I was trying to remove them to allow other people onto the server. And I think overall that is the fairest and the best way of doing it. It also meant that we kept the gameplay really intense all the way through, because we were keeping members who were playing the objective, which meant that the server, for the most part, ended up with teams who were hard playing the objective all the way through, which meant that the gameplay we got out of it was really excellent. So that was one thing that was really good about it. There was one issue that I wanted to talk about as well, which was right at the very beginning, and I wanted to apologise to the people that I had to kick at the beginning. There was some people who were posting messages saying, "Oh, what the hell, you just kicked a load of us, blah blah blah." The problem was that there were so many people who wanted to play. When I actually came to the start time, my server had already been full for about an hour. It was like full for ages, and I couldn't actually get onto the server. Even if you're the server owner, it won't like prioritise you above everyone else because there's people there. Also, you can't kick people from the sort of menu. You have to be in game to remove people from the game. So I couldn't just remove someone and hop on. Not only that, but there were so many people trying to get on that there was actually a queue of about 8 people trying to get on. So not only did I had to actually remove people from the game, from the menu, in order that I could get on, but then I had to remove enough people so that the 6 or 7 people in front of me in the queue, because they all had premium, they all had priority as well. So basically I had to remove enough people that all the people in the queue could join, and enough space for me to get on as well. And the only way I could do that was to just ban people from the menu. But then I immediately unbanned those people so they could continue to play. And I'm really sorry, it's not my fault, it's just like the screwed up way that it works. To be honest, what it should be is that if you're the server owner, you can remove people from the menu or make a space for yourself to slot in or something like that. I don't know, but that's the only way I could do it. So I apologise to those people. It was at the very beginning. Okay, let's talk a little bit about balancing now for the server itself. There were some people who messaged me occasionally going, balance the teams, they're so unfair. It's true, we did have rounds which were a bit of a walk sometimes and some which were not. But I was very aware of this, and I tried to move people around from team to team. But as you know, it's not always easy to do from round to round, and some people just will not play. But you can see right now, look what's happening. Even though we're doing quite strongly as a team, you can see right now that the bases are being capped multiple. It's quite even in terms of how people are playing the objectives, and you know, I think this round goes quite strongly our way by the end. But you can see right now there's some good gameplay going on, people taking bases and moving around the map. But there were some rounds we played which were proper steamrolls. But I hate rounds like that, and I was trying my best to balance things up. And there was some comments people said to me like, oh, you just, what they were saying, like, what's this bullshit? They were like, you've just loaded the server with your own team and you're dominating and blah blah blah. To be honest, it's so far from the truth. In fact, what actually happened, there's several people, if you read through the message on my 24-hour, the posting video that I made, there was about 4 or 5 guys there posting who were in my squad. And what they did was they posted up saying that I changed team, because I had basically been in a dominating team. We were doing very, very well, and there were several people that I knew on that team that I play with regularly. And I said to my guys on this team, I said, look, I said, this is not fair. I said, because the other thing, I was trying to jump in and out of squads to play with people, because I didn't want to play with the same, I just didn't want to stick with the guys I always play with. So I tried to jump in, and there'll be several people who know that I changed squads throughout the time, and I tried to play with other people, subscribers and so on, because that was the whole point of what we were doing. So at one point, we'd played like 2 rounds which had gone strongly in our favour, and I said, look, this is stupid. The frustrating thing as well, I was trying to move people from team to team to balance things up. Like, there was a couple of people that are on my PSN list who I play with, and I kept moving them to the other team to try and balance it up, and they wouldn't stay over there. They kept moving back to the other team, and I was like, for crying out loud, I was trying to make the game balanced. It was really, really irritating me. I kept moving like 3 people onto the other team to try and balance it up, and they just would move back again. And it seems that there is no kind of penalty or whatever for switching when we were playing like this. I don't know. Maybe I didn't put a correct setting or something, but I thought that you could only switch once or twice, but people seem to be able to switch almost at will. I guess maybe if you don't have balancing on, you can just switch at will. I don't know. Anyway, so after that, I said, okay, this is stupid. I said, if people aren't going to bloody move, then I will move. Because usually if I move, there'll be like 1 or 2 people will try and go, follow me or whatever. So I moved over, and I was playing with the team that we had, steamrolled several times in a row. And I will do this in public games as well. If we're playing against a team and you're dominating them so hard, I will change team. Because I think it's stupid that, even if you lose a round or 2, like I've said in loads of videos before, it's better that you move and have a harder fight. You fight really hard, and then people pick up on that. Often it only takes 1 or 2 people to be on the other side. And the funny thing was, right, after those dominating games, I changed team, and I got maybe 1 person with me or whatever, and I was in the squad with those guys, like J-Stick and Dat and things like that. A couple of the guys, I think I've got a video I'll put later of them. I don't know if Ian, this guy here, Ian Russell, whether he moved as well. But basically, yeah, after we played, we still lost a couple of games, but then we started to win, and then we won like 7 games in a row. So it just proves as well that you go from like a losing team to a winning team and blah blah blah. It's all about just how you play the game, and the morale and the sort of spirit of the people that you're fighting with. If you fight hard, they will fight hard as well. So that's the kind of thing. So people that were saying that I was just loading the teams up with my own guys or whatever, total crap. There was one period where there was a lot of my clan playing, and that was it was very early in the morning. It was like 6-7 a.m. in the UK time, and I think that's quite late, and it's like very early in the morning in the US. It was basically Pacific Standard Time that evening, and it was my West Coast guys in my clan, and basically my server had dropped off a lot of people because there's just not so many people playing then. There was no real EU people playing, I don't think, unless they were hardcore players, and there was less of the normal sort of standard US guys, East and Central. So my guys in West Coast clan, there was about 8 or 9 maybe, and they sort of filled up a lot of the team. So there was one point where there was a lot of my clan, but for the most part, I even was removing clan members periodically because I was like, okay, there's too many of my VG teammates here. I said it's not fair. They can play anytime. I'm trying to play with subscribers and stuff, so I was removing them as we go along. But I was trying to keep a couple of those guys in there because I know that they will play the objective, and also I wanted to make sure that we would keep the numbers up all the time. But like I said before, I was still removing people who were not playing the objective and so on and so on. because, you know, that's not what this event was all about. Well, taking some big hits here. I think I've been dominating this tank for a little bit of time, and people are getting fed up of it. Anyway, you can see right now that this game has turned around quite nicely for us. We've managed to pick up quite a nice lead by capping the bases and moving around the map, and, you know, generally playing well as a team. So this is going quite well. Whoever is shooting at me, I think there's a tank. I don't know why I didn't turn my tank around. There's quite obviously someone behind me, which is why I'm taking these massive 50% hits. Must be a javelin or something. Yeah, there you go, javelin. 216. Anyway, I'm quite pleased. I've noticed a lot of names and stuff of people. Like I remember a lot of the guys that I was playing with in games, like that Dillinger guy right there, and the 216 guy I was playing with as well. I'll pick up names from games that we played as well, because there was quite a few people that I noticed playing regularly well, and who were obviously thinking, oh yeah, one thing that really sucked for me, as predicted, it was a complete knife fest. Everybody going for my tags. I got knifed like 20 times. There's so many people going after me. At one point I got really pissy. I said to the guys on my team, I was like, this is not funny. I was like, people think this is funny, but it's not. They keep coming for me. It's no fair. There's 216. Anyway, yes, I was really displeased at one point. I was just getting frustrated. I was like, not again. But it's all good fun, isn't it? But on the day I was not pleased at all. But yeah. So overall, I just was really pleased with it. I think it was really hard. I was really tired. When it got towards the end, I really was struggling. I couldn't concentrate. It wasn't so much just tiredness. I really couldn't focus on what I was doing. I was having like a hard time just hitting targets and stuff, and I just I just couldn't think what I was doing. I couldn't think straight, and it was very warm over here as well, which didn't help things at all. So looking overall, I was really pleased with the whole event. I'm still really pleased thinking about it. I was so tired and annoyed straight afterwards that I couldn't really sort of think, which is another reason why I didn't want to do any videos straight away, because I really couldn't think clearly, and it took me like a day or two to sort of get past it all and so on. But I really enjoyed the amount of people that came and so on, and I would be really pleased, to sort of do some other events. I was thinking about some stuff that I could do which would be a nice compromise, something in between, not quite as hardcore but still very enjoyable. Seeing as I didn't put close quarter maps at all in this one, I thought it might be good if we did like one which was just close quarters, so people would know from the word go. There would be no other maps, so it would be just for people playing close quarters. So I might pick like 2 close quarter maps or something and just do a close quarter event and just continue it on for like an evening. And we could do maybe 1 map and just have it as, conquest or conquest domination, obviously, or just team deathmatch. Do that for like a whole evening, so just people who can practice their gun skills and just get really quick on the trigger. Just have some proper gunplay. I would really that would be kind of fun. It'd be a little bit different, something like that. I want to continue on with these kind of things though, just rushing and so on. My server is on. It's on right now. It's on all the time. If you want some good, standard mode Battlefield, please go on my server. It would be really good if there was a regular load of people who just turn up every night. Let's say, 10 PM UK time, GMT, alright? Or if you wanted to, come a bit later, then sort of 12 GMT, which I think is like 7 EST. Just that kind of late time in the evening. Like I've said before, people keep saying, my server's empty. If people start coming regularly onto my server, I will play on my server rather than play in public games. So if you want some proper Battlefield games with people who play the objective, because my clan will play on it as well if there's people on. But the only thing is we need people to come and get on there. So I'm going to make another video perhaps just telling people about my server, because I really would like to see people regularly on there. The best way to do that, I think, is to just kind of say a general sort of start time of an evening. If I just say server, an evening server game start at this time, then everyone knows that is the time to get on, rather than people just kind of, what happens right now is people go on and go, oh, it's empty, and then they wait for like 5 minutes, no one comes, and then they get bored and they leave and they go to another server. So the best thing to do will be for me to, as I say, set a start time, then everybody knows when to come. And as I say, if you guys want to play with me more, if you want to feature in my videos, because that's the other thing, is if I can get good gameplay of people actually playing the objective and not crazy, stupid games all the time, it's going to be better for me making videos. It'll be more fun for you guys because you'll feature in my videos. So that's what I think what I'll try and do. I might make another video today talking about that a little bit, but I would really like that. It would be great. It'd be fun for me to play with all of you lot. I think it'd be better for everyone. It would mean that you guys have like a good server where you know you're not going to have any bullshit. You're not going to have any people using stupid glitches because you won't tolerate that. I don't mind any kind of gameplay. I'm not one of these stupid people who's going to put stuff on my server where I say no claymores, no C4, no shotguns. I'm not up for that. The only things that I would do is stuff like, when the USS frag was a problem, I wouldn't tolerate that. The M26 dart, I wouldn't tolerate that. But everything else, whatever, But I would hope that people would always play with a bit of sportsmanship and fair play, The only other thing that I'd say though is that if we do this and we have the server and it's regularly active, it's going to be a problem for me if, like before, I can't get on the server because people are trying to preempt getting on and they're basically joining up way before the server starts, and we end up with sort of, a full server an hour before I get on. If that happens, I will have to remove people the way that we did before, simply because if I can't get on, it sort of defeats the whole point of me owning a server, But as I say, that would be the only time I would do that. So anyway, I'll make a video about that. So this has been this gameplay of Wake. You can see that we seem to have completely dominated them, but you see how it started off very balanced, and that's often how a lot of these games go. People kind of lose hope as the game goes along, and it seems less likely that they're going to win the round. And I can understand that because I have that as well. It's a little bit frustrating, but that's just how some rounds go. But most of the rounds that we played were really balanced, and I just put this one up here just as something for you guys to watch. Really, it's I haven't really assessed it particularly because I've been talking about these other things. So this has been my first little video. I appreciate as well that it's been a few days and stuff since, but like you guys know, I'm not like doing this as a job. This is just literally me posting videos, and I just wanted a break, just wanted to do some stuff. So yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, weird. There's several glitches going on at the moment, which is really irritating me. One is that the scoreboard glitch, where you don't get anything on your team. That's been quite irritating. Another one, as I'm sure people will know, is the one where people raise you up in game and you end up with the bloody menu on your screen, or worse, I've had like the death screen, where it goes all hazy and blurry. I've had that just as my default screen when I got raised the other day. It's really irritating, and that they need to have a look at that. So that's been this, and that was my event. I hope you guys post some more questions. I'll have some more videos coming up, some more gameplay. I've got so much gameplay. I've got enough gameplay that will last me for the rest of the month. Seriously, I've got about 15 hours of gameplay. So much more to come on the way, guys. Thanks for watching. Please leave your questions, comments, ideas, thoughts. Did you play in the event? How did you find it? Did you manage to get my tags? Post if you managed to get my tags. Let's see how many people got them. Thanks for watching, and more to come on the way soon. Cheers.